Michael, I'm concerned. If I don't share a lot of information, everything I know about my topic, I won't be credible with my audiences. Have you ever felt that way? This is a concern that I hear from a lot of speakers, especially newer speakers who want to make an impression on their audiences. There are a couple of reasons why this happens, and there's an easy solution to this because you don't want to give people everything you know. So let's talk about, first of all, why do people feel this way? Occasionally, it's because they have great enthusiasm for their topic. They just get so excited, they just want to spill the beans all over the place. That's okay, but it's not the most common reason. The most common is that people are insecure. They feel they need to justify themselves being in front of any audience. How do I know this? Because when I was a young financial advisor and part of my job was to give retirement planning workshops, I was insecure. I felt like I needed to justify my presence in front of an audience. So that's why I created 2 to 3 hour long workshops. I gave people everything I knew about investment philosophy, investment techniques, investment mindset, everything investment I gave them. I hate to think of the pain I put those people through at the time, but I did because I was insecure. So when I work with speakers now who are in that same boat, we have to talk them off the ledge, so to speak, to say, wait a minute, that's not what audiences want. Which leads us to, how do you overcome this problem? When you're putting your presentation together, stop thinking like a speaker and think like an audience member. When you're sitting in an in-person audience to listen to speakers, or you're at home watching, or your office, you're watching on camera on a live stream, what kind of information do you want from your speakers, and how much do you want? Well, let's talk about information for a moment. People today don't want or need more information. This little device right here will provide them more data, research, info than you can ever provide. So don't compete with your devices. You're going to lose every time. Also, information-driven speeches are boring. Your best opportunity to help people, to get the insights, the wisdom they need about the information they already have, is to share stories, case studies, information, not information, but narratives like that are going to help them get a different perspective, a new insight, the wisdom that you've gained. That's what they need. So craft those stories that take people from start to finish with a new perspective. Secondly, if you are going to offer a certain number of supporting points to your main idea, never give more than 3 is my rule of thumb, unless it's an all-day workshop. And even then, you got to be careful because people walk out. If they feel too stuffed, they won't remember anything. But in the typical presentations that are 30, 45, 60 minutes long, I say no more than 3. And in shorter presentations, we use what's called the 10-to-1 rule of thumb. 10 minutes for every 10 minutes of speaking time, no more than 1 supporting point. So if somebody asks me to come in and talk for 30 minutes, I'm probably going to do 2 points, because you got to remember, you've got an opening and a conclusion, and you don't want to rush those. You want to set your presentation up, give your supporting points that support your foundational idea, and then close it out. So that's how you cannot overload your audience. If you give your 2 best insights, for example, on your topic, and they're so good, don't worry. People will seek you out. They will want you to either come back and speak to their group, or if you're selling the idea of one-to-one coaching or training, whatever it is you're offering, they'll seek you out if you give them a deep dive into just a couple of key points about your topic. That's all they want. That's really all the capacity their brains have in our information-driven world. So the next time you feel like you've got to give people so much, you got to do a data dump and hit them with hundreds of slides, don't. You'll create a memorable presentation, but for all the wrong reasons. Give them just enough to whet their appetites, a tasty morsel, if you will. And remember, think like an audience member when you're putting your presentation together, and ask yourself, would I want this information? Would I want these ideas? And would I want this much? If not, you got to change it. You got to cut it.